This is a Scope News special report.
Televised presidential debates have been an integral part of the U.S. election process for more than 60 years. It's a chance for candidates to discuss their opinions on important issues. But often, it's not their policy positions that have a lasting impact on viewers. It's viral moments from sassy clapbacks
I have no comment.
to loud body language.
That's what a governor gets to do.
So I've been doing some research to find out why debates are such an important part of the election process. Do TV debates actually impact the election outcome? Or have they become nothing more than media spectacle? In 1960, history was made as the first debate featuring presidential candidates aired live on television. Nixon versus Kennedy. Going into the debate, Nixon was ahead in the national polls. The day after the debate, Kennedy had become the favorite. So what happened? Well, at the time of the debate, Nixon had recently been discharged from the hospital because of a knee injury and was recovering from the flu. Opposite him, a younger, more energetic Kennedy, wearing TV makeup and a dark suit that stood out against the background, was glowing. He looked like a star. Both candidates performed fairly evenly that night, but in the media, Kennedy was heralded as the clear winner. And whether that's because of appearance or if the public simply preferred Kennedy, we can't say. Regardless, this debate changed American politics. Now, candidates not only had to think about what they said, but also how they looked saying it. Today, election debates have become quite the fanfare. All to see candidates answer a series of questions posed by a moderator, usually a network journalist from a channel like CNN, NBC, or Fox News, for around 90 minutes. The thing is, debates are not constitutionally mandated, meaning candidates can choose not to take part. And many people think this is a problem because well-informed voters and transparency of information are key parts of a well-functioning democracy. During an election, debates give you the chance to see the candidates answer tough questions about their policies and plans and be challenged in real time by their opponent. This can give you the important information you need to make an informed vote. Sarah Rose, why should you be our next president?
Vote for me, and together we will shape a brighter future. I am going to vote for me to strengthen our nation for all.
Because how can you make an informed vote if you don't know what you're voting for? But it almost seems like today's debates are more akin to a boxing bout than a display of democracy, with candidates more interested in taking jabs at each other. Not to mention, time and time again, we've seen candidates sharing inaccurate information to make themselves seem more appealing. And often, it's these moments that are shared widely across media sites and social platforms, ultimately putting a bigger focus on virality than policy. In 2020, around 73 million people watched the first election debate, which might seem like a lot until you see how many viewers that year's Super Bowl had. People just aren't watching as much traditional pay TV like cable anymore. It's all about streaming platforms now. And of course, social media has really changed the way we consume content. Even when people do watch TV, 60% use their phone or tablet at the same time. And when it comes to getting news, social media has become the go-to for more than a third of adults in the US. So it's no surprise that both during and after an election debate, social media is flooded with content from news sites. To find out more, I had a chat with Michelle Chula-Lipkin.
Media is impacting us at all times, and there's so much information now coming at us on a daily basis that media literacy becomes necessary as a skill base to navigate all of this, to analyze and evaluate that information, and then think about, how it's impacting us and how we interact in the world.
Because context is often sacrificed for brevity. And in an era where clicks equal cash, you have to think, is this source actually looking to educate me or just go viral? Lots of the time, it's the latter. And that's why a lot of headlines post-debate look like this. But it's more than just memes that you need to be wary of, because lots of tactics are used online to try and change your vote.
One of the most important things when you're getting a lot of your content from TikTok or you're getting your content from Instagram is to really understand who you're getting your content from, right? Like, who are these people and what are their qualifications?
If you don't ask these questions, you run the risk of making voting decisions based on incomplete or skewed information.
You can like someone, you can be entertained by someone, but you don't necessarily need to adopt their values and their points of view just because of that. You can think your own thoughts about what they're saying, and they might influence the way you think about the world. But you want to be careful of just taking it all in as face value, right?
So, how on earth do you actually find the information you need to make an informed vote? Firstly, you need to be critical of what you hear from candidates themselves, of the media, and of your peers.
What we want to do when we come across information is our instinct should always be to ask questions. What you want to also do is, if you don't have time to go through this process, just don't share it, right? And don't comment and don't assume that you know anything about this topic if you don't have time to dive in a little bit.
Secondly, you need to consider multiple perspectives. Look at lots of different sources and viewpoints. Watch the debates, read articles, see what people are saying online, and then make your own decisions.
We have to be willing to be skeptical and to think not only about information we disagree with, but also information we agree with.
If you do these things, chances are you're already a more informed voter than most. The fact is, a lot has changed since 1960. Maybe when you had to watch the presidential debate from beginning to end, it had the power to change minds, even to win an election. But I wonder if that's the case anymore, considering how we consume media in the modern day. One thing is for sure. Today, we have access to more information to make an informed vote than ever before.
So there's a really positive thing about young people getting involved and listening and getting angry about different topics in the world, right? Different social issues, caring about who they're going to vote for. That there's an engagement there that is possible because of social media that can be a very positive thing.
Thanks for watching part 2 of our series on the US election. Make sure to subscribe for the next episode, where we'll be going to the polls and unpacking Election Day. See you next time.